What's up, guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today's video is going to be about what if Naruto made an empire. So yeah, let's get to the video. So we start this video off as you see two boys. You see a boy with blonde hair and blue eyes as he's kind of wearing a jacket, as it's a blue and orange jacket. As you see another boy who is currently wearing a very black type shirt, and also as the boy also has raven hair and black eyes, this boy as the blonde haired boy yells out, "Sasuke, come back to the village now," as that is what the blonde-haired boy identified the raven-haired boy as Sasuke Uchiha. As you see, as Sasuke says, "Leave me alone." Sorry about that, guys. "Leave me alone, Naruto." As that is what Sasuke identified the blonde-haired boy, Naruto. As Naruto then says, "Fine then, Sasuke. You give me no choice. The only way I can beat you, is by knocking you out." No, as Naruto says, no, sorry guys, as Naruto says, "Stop trying to fight, Sasuke, and just come back." As Sasuke says, "No," as Sasuke throws a punch at Naruto, as Naruto jumps back, as Naruto screams out, "Shot!" No, as Naruto screams out, "Rasengan!" as Sasuke activates his Sharingan and yells out, "Chidori!" They both run at each other, as you then see the raven-haired boy impale the yellow-haired boy in the chest, as he takes out his hand, as the raven-haired boy, noticing he has ran out of chakra, then faints down to the ground, as then a man whose hair is gray, who is defying gravity, as his name is Kakashi, as Kakashi grabs Sasuke and Naruto as he brings them both back to the village, as Naruto is currently unconscious, as we go to the village, as you then see Sasuke, as he's currently surrounded by people, as you see Naruto, who is currently by himself in his own room, as everyone went to go check up on the Uchiha boy, as Sasuke starts opening his eyes a bit, as he says, where am I?" As Kakashi says, "Well, if you must know, Sasuke, if you must know, you are currently at the Leaf Village Hospital." As Sasuke just looks down at the blanket that he is the blanket that his legs are under. As you then see, as we then go to Naruto, as Naruto is still asleep, as next to him is a man with red markings on his face, and who also has long long white hair. I think it's a long white hair, unless it's gray, but yeah. As this man is known as Jiraiya, the Toad Sage. As Naruto starts opening his eyes, as he says, Jiraiya Sensei, as Jiraiya says, hey there kid. As Naruto says, where am I? Where is everybody? As Jiraiya says, well, if you must know, you are currently in Konoha Hospital, and everyone else is at Sasuke's door. As you can obviously tell that Naruto was going to cry, but instead held it in, as Naruto gave Jiraiya a smile as he said, okay then, let's go visit Sasuke. As Naruto gets up, as Jiraiya says, whoa there kid, don't rush it now. Try and get up slowly. As Naruto then gets up and put on his clothes on, what he usually wears, as Naruto hangs on to Jiraiya for balance, seeing as how he's probably been in here for quite a while now. As Naruto then goes, as Naruto then as Naruto kind of limps all the way to Sasuke's door, which is next door to him, as he's holding Jiraiya, as Jiraiya is holding him back to making sure Naruto keeps balance. As Naruto says, okay Jiraiya Sensei, I think I could walk again. As Jiraiya says, are you sure kid? As Naruto gives Jiraiya a smile saying, yep, I'm sure. As Naruto tries to walk and almost falls over but catches himself, as Naruto says, see, I can walk perfectly fine. As you can obviously tell that Naruto is forcing himself to walk, as Naruto walks inside of Sasuke's room, as Naruto sees everyone is here for Sasuke, and not even one but Jiraiya was only there for him. It was only just one. As Naruto goes up to Jiraiya, Sasuke, as before he could get any closer, Sakura says, there you are, Naruto. As Naruto looks at Sakura, as he says, what do you want, Sakura? As Naruto says, as Sakura says, no, Naruto says, hey Sakura, I did it. I brought back Sasuke. As he couldn't finish the sentence, as Sakura said, yeah, you brought back Sasuke. No, Sakura says, shut up Naruto. You barely brought back Sasuke. Sasuke is injured because of you, and because of you he's in the hospital. As Naruto was going to say something, as he got cut off again, as Sakura said, don't you dare Naruto, it's because of you why Sasuke is like this. As as Sakura then punched Naruto right in his face as Naruto just looked down as he limped all the way to Sasuke's bed as Naruto nearly fell on Sasuke's bed, but it looked like he just went down as Naruto gave Sasuke a smile as he said, "You okay, Sasuke?" As Sasuke just looked at Naruto and then looked out the window as he said, "Leave me alone, dope." As Naruto had a frown on his face as he just looked down as Naruto decided to limp all the way back home as most of Sasuke's fangirls got there and told Naruto they were going to beat him for hurting Sasuke, but first they wanted to see Sasuke first as they had ran into the building going to Sasuke's room as Naruto had not cared as he went all the way to his house as he then laid on his bed and went to sleep. As we go to the next day as Naruto hears a knock at his door as Naruto opens his eyes as he gets up as Naruto starts limping a bit all the way to his door as Naruto then says, "Who is it?" as he opens the door and sees a tall man with a Anbu mask as he says, "Naruto Uzumaki, the council room has summoned you here." As Naruto says, okay. As Naruto starts limping as the man can clearly see it as the man said, "You're taking too long, Naruto Uzumaki," as he had used Shunshin and appeared in the middle of the village, kind of close to the Hokage's office, but not that close as the Anbu had left him there. As the villagers started surrounding Naruto and started brutally beating him for no reason, calling him a demon, and because they had hurt their precious Uchiha as Naruto, it was obvious he had finally just broken as he had just let it happen. He didn't say ow or anything. He just sat there and let it happen as Naruto had then then gotten up after the beating as he had nearly fallen along the road going to the Hokage's office as Naruto reached the Hokage's office and went up the stairs as he had reached the council room as Naruto opened the council door and went in as one of the council members says to Naruto that you're late, completely ignoring Naruto's bruises. Sorry guys if I keep messing up my sentences. Sorry, let's get back to the video. So yeah, you then, as Naruto then says, I'm sorry. It's just as Naruto couldn't finish his sentence as he was cut off, as one of the council members says, shut up, let's just get this over with. As Tsunade, who, sorry about that, I'm getting a cup because my throat is getting kind of dry, so yeah, need something to drink. As Tsunade says, now, Naruto, I want you to explain what happened on the retrieval mission for Sasuke Uchiha. As Naruto says, okay, I will, Granny. As one of the council members say to Naruto again, don't you dare call our Hokage Granny. Do you hear me? Do you hear me, demon? As Naruto says, yes, Lady Tsunade. As Naruto, hold on guys, I'm gonna do something real quick. Okay guys, I am back. So yeah, let's get back to the video. You see a boy as the boy starts explaining what happened in the mission between him and Sasuke and the fight as Team 7 and many other teams instead of their Jonin senseis were there, as Sakura says, that's a lie, stop lying, Naruto. As one of the council members ask Sakura, what does he mean what does she mean? As she says, well, because Naruto likes me, he had tried to leave the village, and when Sasuke had tried to bring him back, he had fought him because he knew that I like Sasuke, and if they fought and he won and managed to bring Sasuke back to the village, then I might finally be able to like him. As Naruto's eyes widen as he looks at Sakura brokenly, as Sakura doesn't do anything but glare at Naruto, as Naruto as they then say, well, seeing as how we see what happened, seeing as how Naruto Uzumaki had tried to run away from the Leaf Village and also fought our last Uchiha, nearly killing him, and also used Kyuubi's chakra uncontrollably, and also as well had also tried to team up with a rogue ninja and a criminal from Konoha, Orochimaru. Lady Tsunade, we think we should banish Naruto Uzumaki instead of putting him on the chopping block, as this should be the council showing mercy for Naruto Uzumaki, as he he should be banished from Konoha and never to return. As Tsunade, knowing that no matter how much they all decide that they all decide, well, vote on who is on how Naruto is innocent, it will be a low blow, well, a low value of Naruto is innocent, with only one person thinking Naruto is, and many other people thinking that they should banish Naruto Uzumaki. As as she as then as then as Tsunade looks down in shame, as she says, "Fine, Naruto Uzumaki, you are here, banished from Konoha, and if you are to return, then Anbu will have to kill you." As Naruto looks at Tsunade with wide eyes, as he then looks down, as Naruto then says, "Okay then." As Naruto says, as Naruto grabs something that looked like it was to be in his shirt, as he threw it at Tsunade to show that it was her necklace. As Naruto had said, well, since I'm not going to become the Hokage, I won't be needing that anymore. Goodbye, goodbye, Tsunade. As the word had spread fast that the demon brat had been banished from Konoha, as it was known to everyone that the council and Hokage was just showing mercy to the boy by not executing him. Instead, as Naruto had left the village with most of his stuff, and with people throwing rocks or garbage at his face, as Naruto had saw Sasuke trying to stop Naruto. No, as Naruto had saw Sasuke was there, as he had just glared at Naruto the whole time while he was leaving the village. As we go to Naruto 10 minutes later, as Naruto is walking through the forest, as he is looking for some things, as the only thing Naruto could feel was betrayal, as not even his own sensei, Kakashi, had tried to help him, and he had just read the book that Jiraiya had gave him. As Jiraiya not even helped Naruto, as he had knew that this is the shinobi world and anything is possible, so he didn't know who to believe, even if it wasn't true or not. As the boy Naruto Uzumaki was hungry and currently walking around in the forest, as he had then bumped into a man who kind of had the same thing Naruto is wearing in the thumbnail, as instead the thing that what he was wearing was red and not orange, and the blue part of it was black instead of blue, as it also had the Uzumaki swirl on the front and on the back, as the man had turned around to see Naruto, as he had said, hello there, boy. I see you're from Konoha, huh? As Naruto had, sorry about that, as Naruto had gotten up and shook his head, no, that he is not, sorry about that he is not from Konoha, and that he is actually banished from it, as that is what he had told the man. As the man had said, okay then, I see. Well, what's your name, boy? As Naruto said, I'm Naruto Uzumaki. As the man had a grin on his face, as he had said, really? My name is Jin Uzumaki. It looks like me and you are family, and seeing as how we are, me and you are going to have to stick together if we like it or not. As Naruto had looked up at the man with eyes of hope, as Jin had said, okay now kid, it looks like it's time for me to train you and to show you where I live, as we do a time skip. No, as we then do kind of a little time skip, as it has been about a week and a half that Naruto Uzumaki has been gone from the village, as Sasuke Uchiha had tried to leave the village again and completed his mission in doing so, as Sakura didn't want to admit that she had lied to the council, so she had told her mother, and her mother had told the council, telling them that it was just a phase and that she is still a child growing up into a teenager, as we now go to Naruto, as Naruto throws a kick at Jin, as Jin blocks with his elbow, as Naruto then throws a punch, as Jin kicks, as Jin catches Naruto's fist, as Naruto says Shadow Clone Jutsu, as a shadow clone of Naruto appears, as it then attacks Jin, as Jin blocks Naruto's shadow clone, as Naruto's shadow clone had threw a punch at it, as the other shadow clone had hit Jin in the back, with its head making the clone poof, as Jin had grabbed his back, as Naruto had kicked Jin right in his jaw, as another clone appears, knocking Jin back down to the ground, as Naruto had kicked Jin, as Jin had then stopped Naruto from hitting him with another kick, as he had picked up Naruto by his leg, as he had slammed him on the ground, making a poof happen, as Jin had then looked around to see that Naruto was not there, as Jin had closed his eyes and tried to sense Naruto, as he was on guard, as as he had sensed Naruto coming at him from the side, as he had grabbed Naruto by the head, slamming his head in the ground, as Jin had then felt it as he had opened his eyes to look back and to see that Naruto had put a kick to Jin's back, finally knocking Jin down to the ground, and had put a kunai to his neck, as Naruto has said, looks like I won, as a poof happened and Jin had disappeared, as Naruto had felt something sharp on his neck, as Jin had a sword to Naruto's neck, as he had said, do you think that it would be that easy to defeat me? As Naruto had said, no fair. As a girl with glasses and red eyes and red hair had came out, as she had said, hey, Dad, Naruto, I made dinner. As Naruto said, oh yeah, dinner. As Naruto had ran inside of Jin's house, which was in a tree, as they had all kind of slept in a tree house which Jin had lived in, as Jin had gave Naruto a scroll that Jin had said he had found, and that he had found it, and he had decided to give it to Naruto, as Naruto had been training with Jin for ever since he had met him half a week ago, as Naruto, as Jin had said, so Naruto, how about we start building, huh? As Naruto had said, what do you mean, Jin? Naruto had said, what do you mean, Uncle Jin? As Jin had said, easy, we will build our own village with you being the emperor of the village instead of being a part of a village. As Naruto had thought about it, as he said, okay. As Naruto had then went off with Jin, as Jin had never really stayed in one place, as Jin had always moved around from place to place, as oh yeah, just if y'all want to know what Jin looks like, Jin has red hair and also kind of like green eyes, as that's what Jin looks like. As Naruto says, okay, so Uncle Jin, where are we going now? As Jin says, well, if you must know, Naruto, we are going to Uzumaki, the village, Uzumaki village, where all of the Uzumakis were killed and our village was destroyed, but that's where we will be rebuilding it from the ground up, said Jin, as Naruto had a giant smile on his face, knowing that they can rebuild Uzugakure destroyed village, as Naruto and Jin and Karen, it had took them about a whole week. It had took them about 2 2 weeks to get there, as they had finally got to Uzugakure village, as you then go to Naruto, Naruto had Naruto had said, "Sorry, Jin, this would have been faster if Konoha would have let me in Fire Country, but no." As Jin said, "It's okay, Naruto. Besides, even if it wasn't, even if we couldn't get into Fire Country, even if we could get into Fire Country being untested, we still had probably had to deal with people trying to rob us or do something else, so it's okay." As Naruto had said, "Okay then." As they had finally reached Uzugakure village, they had saw the island, which was kind of surrounded by whirlpools, as Naruto had said, has this always been like this?" As Jin had said, "Yes, Uzugakure had always been surrounded by whirlpools, which is where we get the Uzumaki name." As so yeah. We now go, as Naruto has said, "Okay then." As Jin had said, "Hey Naruto, how about I use some fire jutsu to burn off the debris that is destroyed, and since all of this stuff is destroyed, you'll just make and stuff, and since I'll be destroying most of the debris, you'll go and get some firewood, and we can make a fire." As Naruto said, "Okay." As Jin had said, "Karen, how about you go and get some herbs and go hunting so we can get some food for the night?" As Karen had said, "Oh, okay." As they had both went to do these, as we go to 30 minutes later, as you see Naruto, who has a bunch of firewood and puts it down in the ground, as Cameron has 2 boxes of herbs, as this is enough herbs to probably fill them up for about 2 whole weeks. And Jin had just got done burning most of the debris which he had used a fire jutsu on, as Jin had just put it all in the ocean, knowing that not much is really going to happen. Hold on, guys. As you see, Jin had just put all of the debris and dust. Hold on, guys. As Jin had just burned all the debris and dust and put it all in the ocean, knowing that not much is going to happen to it. So yeah, as we go to, as Jin then tells Naruto, "Hey Naruto, it looks like you had collected a lot of firewood." As Naruto says, "Yeah, I guess I did, huh?" As Naruto was wearing what Jin was wearing, but instead it's orange and also has the blue type of lines on it instead of it being black like Jin's, as Naruto and Jin had looked like monks, as Karen had looked like she kind of was a princess, or well, a little girl, kinda, as just minus the dress, just like normal shinobi pants, that's what she was wearing. So yeah, as as Naruto had said, so when do we start building Uzugakure Village, or Empire, or whatever it's going to be called? As everyone had just laughed, as Jin had said, well, it might take us a while to get all of this debris off, so it might take us a while. As Naruto had said, okay then. As Naruto says, so Jin, how are we going? Have you found anything in the debris? As Jin had said, yes, but I'll show them to you later. As this is when we do a time skip, a 1 month time skip. As you see Naruto, who is now, or just if y'all hear the air conditioner, sorry, my bad, it's hot in here, hella hot in here. So yeah, let me get back to the video. As you see Naruto, who is now kind of, you see Naruto who is now pushing something into the ocean, as a fish had caught it and ate it, as Naruto had laughed, and the fish obviously had enjoyed its meal that it had just eaten, as the fish had went away with the rest of his family, as Naruto sees that the island and the island where all of the 5 great nations are, where Uzugakure's village was also kind of were, as Naruto sees that the whole place is fully cleared, as Naruto says, phew, it has been a while since we had cleared all of this stuff out, but now it's looking clean and good for rebuilding. As Naruto says, okay, now time to start building. As Jin says, hey Naruto, over here. As Jin was holding up a few axes, as there were plenty of axes, as Naruto had said, hey Jin, what do we need all of these axes for? There's only 3 of us. As Jin says, well, seeing as how you can use a lot of shadow clones, so why not we use those and we start chopping some wood, everybody. As Naruto had said, okay. As Naruto had said, multi-shadow clone jutsu, making about 200 or even more, 2,000 clones, as they had all grabbed an axe and went to start collecting wood. As we then do about another 30 minutes later, as you see Naruto, who has collected plenty of wood, and so has Jin, as they all put the wood down, as Jin had made about 15 or maybe 20 clones, as Naruto had made a few more clones, seeing as how there was about a few more axes, So yeah, as as Naruto and Jin put all of the wood down in a few stacks, as all of their clones, no, their clones don't disappear yet, but you know, I'm gonna kind of be getting to that. As Naruto starts, as as Naruto says, now what do we do, Jin? As Jin says, hey, Naruto, how about you go and find some recruits with and you, Karen, you can go find some herbs and also look for some recruits with Naruto. Or I'll build the village a bit and we can get to finally making the empire that we always wanted. As Naruto says, okay. As Jin as Jin had thought how he was going to miss those kids already, but didn't think too much about it, as as Jin had started to as Jin had started to chop the wood, as 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 Jin had made clones to go hunt food for him, and just in case any of them find any of men while they go and look for some recruits to also help them build the village, as Karen and Naruto go looking for recruits. As we do about a day time skip, as Naruto finds a boy with as Naruto finds a boy with a bruised elbow and who's also kind of crying, as Naruto goes up to him, as Karen follows, as Naruto says, hey, what happened? As the boy says, I, I, I hurt my leg. It hurts a lot, really badly. As Naruto says, don't worry, it's okay. Karen, can you help us out? As Karen, who knows some medical ninjutsu, says, okay. As Karen starts to heal Naruto, as Naruto then looks at starts looking at how Karen heals the boy, as the boy is fully healed, as Naruto says, so where are your parents? As the boy says, they're over there. As the boy had warned them about a man who was overtaking the village, who is mostly full of women, as Naruto says, okay then. As Naruto says, okay then. Saying as how you are a little boy, let's go. As the boy says, I'm not a boy, I am a girl, and my name to let you know is Jane. As Naruto says, oh, sorry about that. So, Jane, how about me and you? About I go and rescue you guys from these punks, and you guys can go back that way to where my uncle and Karen's dad, and my uncle, who is Karen's dad, is building a village for everyone, and I think you guys can help. As Jane says, Okay, as Jane look has brown hair and the brown eyes with fair skin, and was wearing brown pants and also a black t-shirt. as they all go back to where the women were, as Naruto sees the men, as Naruto tells tells Karen and Jane his plan as they go with it. You see, you now see Karen she's as she is running as she is running with Jane, as Jane says, hey, as Jane said, okay, now if we're going to do this, we're going to have to knock out one of those guys, okay? As Karen nods her head, as sorry about that, as Karen nods her head, and they both go in, and they both run towards the cells, as they don't really see much of the men there, so they run to it. But before they can get to them, a net then captures the both of them, as a bunch of men saying, well, look what the cat dragged him. It looks like he tried to get help, but it didn't work out for you, did it? As Jane says, let us go, you jerks. As the man says, you got a smart mouth for a kid. I think I'll teach you a lesson. As the man cuts her down, and the other man gets Karen, as they both go their separate ways into the forest, as Jane, sorry about that, starts getting her clothes ripped a bit, but before the man can completely finish, a kunai gets thrown at his neck, killing him instantly. As we go to Karen, as a kunai gets, as a jutsu gets thrown at the man, going right through his heart, killing him instantly, as well as the man just collapses. His dead body collapses on Karen, as Karen knew that the plan had worked out perfectly, as suddenly a bunch of the men start get taken out by they don't know who it is, as it's down to the last man, who has a few scars and who has a sword out, looking for the one who is killing his men, as a boy who has a hood on with a fox mask appears, as the eyes inside of the fox mask are red and have a slit in them, as the man is scared, as then the boy gets on all fours, as he starts running at the man, as the man then screams for his life, as he gets cut in the neck by the boy, killing him instantly, as Naruto had watched as the man bleed out. This is when Karen goes up to Naruto, as Karen says, it looks like your plan worked, Naruto. As Naruto says, it always works. As Naruto grabs one of the keys, as he starts unlocking the cells which had the woman in them, as Naruto says, hey, since you guys are pretty far away from home and you need and it looks like you guys might need help in being protected, how about you guys go to my uncle's house, which is Karen's dad, and you guys can stay there for the time being. As the women all agree and start heading the way where Uzugakure village is, as we do another time skip, as it has now been almost half a year, as Naruto has grown taller and Karen has grown taller, and also her chest size has grown a bit bigger in the time, as Naruto, who has a black fox mask on, says, okay Karen, let's go. As Karen, who is wearing a mask with a smiling face on it, says, a white mask with a smiling face on it, says, okay Naruto, let's go. As they both go, as they start killing a bunch of men who is in a tower, as one of the men yells out, oh no, it's the Black Kitsune. As another man yells out, and the Bloody Princess. As most of the men run away, but they aren't able to make it, as Naruto and Karen kills them all before they can get away. As Naruto then gets all of the money and spares some of the men, as Naruto says, so you want to join, huh? As the man who is in fear says, yes, you kill my boss. Please, let me join you. I'll do anything, just let me live. As Naruto says, fine, but if you ever betray us, then you'll die. Do you understand? As the man said, yes. As Naruto points him in a direction and says, go that way. You should find a village. There. It has a lot of people, so you should get going. As Naruto releases some of the prisoners, as he tells them to go the same way as the man leads the prisoners, as some of the men lead the prisoners there to the village. So yeah, as we now go to Naruto, as he says, it looks like most of this money we got was from a man who was really greedy in what he did, huh, Karen? As Karen had agreed with Naruto. Hold on, guys, I need to drink some. My throat is getting really dry. That's better. Okay. Now, back to the video. As Naruto takes off his mask a bit, showing only his lips, as Karen fully takes off her mask, as Naruto goes in for a kiss, as Naruto and Karen then start kissing each other, which then turns into making out, as Naruto stops and breaks the kiss and says, okay Karen, let's go. As Karen says, okay, as they leave the tower and start going somewhere else. as we do another time skip to about to about another for about a year later as Naruto as you see Naruto who has just stabbed someone in the back in the back which had entered their heart and killed them instantly as Karen had just gotten up killing a man, stabbing him in his neck as Naruto says, okay, it's time to go. As as Naruto as Naruto says, so Karen, do you think it's time for us to go back to the village? We recruited a few people over the years now, haven't we? As she says, yes, we have. So I think it should be time for us to go. As Karen has said, so Naruto, how should we get there fast? As Naruto said, nah, I'd rather not get there too fast. Let's try. How about we wait for a few? How about we go slow, our own pace? As Karen says, oh, okay, Naruto. As Naruto then leaves to go all the way back to Uzugakure Empire as it takes them about half a week to get there as Naruto scratches his arms and says, ah, finally home. As he sees all of the tall buildings and all of the people and some children running around as there are some pretty big gates there as giant gates there as Naruto says, so Karen, what do we do now that we're finally home? As Karen says, well, I know what I want to do. As Karen has taken off her mask as Karen goes to Naruto and puts her hand on his shoulder, wrapping her arms around his neck as Naruto wraps his hands around her waist as Naruto says, don't you think we should get home first and let your dad know before we do that? As Karen says, he could wait. As a man appears in a ponytail wearing what Naruto is wearing in a thumbnail, but with red and with stripes and with the stripe things or something as black, as he says, as Naruto and Karen unwrap themselves from each other and said, as the man says, I'd rather not. You guys have me wait. Instead, come and visit an old man once in a lifetime, okay? As Naruto says, fine, we will. As Jin says, I mean it. As they all laugh and go inside of their empire as Naruto says, so, Jin, if you don't mind me asking, who's the empire leader? As Jin says, well, since you're asking the question, it's you. As Naruto says, wait, what? As Jin says, yes, Naruto, it's you. You will be the one leading the empire to greatness and many other things. As Naruto says, wait, don't you think that's a little bit much? I mean, I'm still a kid. As as Jin says, well, lots of things happen even when you are a kid, Naruto. So it's time for you to man up and lead this empire. Besides, I'm an old man now. I'm almost in my old age. So it'd be nice if you could take over for a while. And it'd also be even nicer if you could give me some grandkids once in a while as well. I'm getting old, Naruto, and I want to see kids now. As Naruto and Cameron blush, as Naruto says, how about you wait a little more, okay? As as Jin says, whatever. As they then leave to go where to go to the biggest place there, which is a house which would look like to be on a mountain, as it is the most tallest, even though it's not the tallest building there, it is the biggest building there, and it is where the emperor and empress Briss should live unto any further means. As you see Naruto who as you then see Naruto who is with as you see Naruto is with who is now in the building with Karen, as Karen says, so Naruto, how about me and you go and get some rest? As as Naruto, as Karen says, okay. As Naruto goes to his room where Jin had showed him, as that is where they rest for the day. As Naruto then goes to his as it is now the next day, as Naruto goes to his throne room, as he had saw that Karen was still sleeping and he didn't want to wake her up, so he had took a shower, got dressed, and left her there. As Naruto then sits on his futon type of throne, as he says, as he looks at the guards and at the people who are supposed to take care of their emperor, as Naruto tells him to go and tells one of them to go and get Jin, and after that tell them when his wife is going to be awake, as one of the men nod as they go and get Jin, and one of them and as we do a time skip, as it's 10 minutes, as Jin has finally gotten there, as the man had went to go to the guard, that when the Empress wakes up, she shall be taken to the Emperor's room, As you then see a boy, as you then see Naruto, who says to Jin, I need your help. As Jin says, what is it that you need, Emperor? As Naruto says, no, don't call me that. Just call me Naruto for now. As Jin says, yes, Naruto. Sama. As Naruto says, listen, Jin, I'm going to need you to take over for a while because I want to do some more stuff while it lasts. As as Nar as Jin says, fine. Will you be taking anyone with you? As Naruto says, yes, I'll be taking Karen with me. Besides, if I didn't, she'll be pretty mad, so might as well, right? As Jin says, fine then. As we do a time skip, as you see Karen and Naruto waving away, as even though they had just gotten back home, they still wanted to go look around a while. As you as you see as you then do a time skip, as you see Naruto who is currently as you see Naruto who is currently on the battlefield as all of the men just surrender and give up. As another time skip, as it has now been a week, as Naruto is talking with the Mizukage. As the Mizukage says, thank you, Black Kitsune. If it wasn't for your help, then this war would have never been over by now. So thank you. As Naruto says, no problem, Maid Terumi, or should I say, Mizukage of the Mist Village. As Mai says, you can call me Mai, or you can call me by my full name if you like. As Mai had as Naruto had said, okay then Mai, well, no problem with us helping you in the war, and besides, it's what friends should do, if me and you can be called that. As she had said, yes, let's say we're friends. As Naruto gets to explaining to Mai about his empire and stuff, so yeah. As Mai agrees and they do a peace treaty without any other village knowing, seeing as how they don't want any other village to know about their peace treaty. As Naruto then goes to the sand and they too get a peace treaty. As Naruto goes to the west and a few other villages, as he now has a peace treaty between some villages that aren't that great, like the 5 great villages, but they know as Naruto has a peace treaty with not just 2 villages, great villages, as it's a peace treaty between ninja and samurai as well, of many people who would like to go up, who would like to partner with Naruto in many ways, as it has now been another year. As you see Naruto, who is currently holding a bundle in his hand, in his arms, in his one arm. I'm not saying Naruto has just one arm, but yeah. Naruto has 2 arms, but he's just holding the tiny child in his one arm. As the child is wrapped around in as the tiny child is wrapped around in a as the no I'm gonna ask y'all guys, okay? I'm gonna ask you guys, but for now I'm just going to say no. As you see Naruto, who is holding a his sword as he is with a woman in a red dress who has a mask on and a smiling face on it, which the mask has a smiling face on it, as the smiling face on that has glasses on it, which has glasses on it, as Naruto has his mask on as well, as Naruto then goes to his as Naruto then goes through the gates, as mostly everyone start welcoming welcome him back to their empire, as Naruto Naruto has just now gone to his throne room, as Naruto had went to sleep as soon as he got in his room in his room, which to let you guys know, it was like nighttime, so yeah. It was like 1 a.m. in the morning for Naruto, so yeah. So yeah, that's kind of why. As you then see Naruto who is now with as you see Naruto who he is now with the next day, as Naruto wakes up to see a red-haired woman who has a bit of messy hair, as she has glasses next to her, as Naruto is currently cuddling this female, as Naruto cuddles her a bit tighter, as the girl turns to face Naruto's chest, as she is still kind of sleeping, as Naruto then gets up, as Naruto takes a shower, as Naruto sees that his spouse is awake, as Naruto says, "Good morning, Karen," as Karen says, "Good morning, Naruto," as Naruto says, so you enjoyed last night? You had a pretty good sleep ever since then, huh? As Karen says, "Well, sleeping on grass is kind of comfy, but sleeping with you is way more comfier than anything else, so I get it, okay?" As Naruto then laughs a bit, as Naruto then goes to Karen and kisses her on the cheek, as Naruto says, "So, Karen, how about me and you go out on a date tonight, huh?" As Karen wraps her arms around Naruto as she pulls him closer, as she says, "Why just go on a date when we can go on a date right now?" As we do a time skip, as you see Naruto who is now getting dressed, as Karen says, "Well, if you don't mind, I'll be in the shower." As Naruto says, "Yeah, okay." As we now go to Naruto, who is now on his way to his throne room, as a man goes up to Naruto saying that someone is in the throne room waiting for him, as Naruto says, tell them I'll be there within a few minutes. As Naruto then gets through to his throne room, as he sits down on his type of futon throne thing or whatever, as he looks at the person, as Naruto says, Jiraiya. As this is where I'm going to end off the video. Make sure you guys, sorry about that, but make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye. But before I do, hold on. Before that, guys, make sure you subscribe to this guy. I'm subscribed, so you guys should subscribe too. Because this guy, he's my cousin. Obviously, he likes Fortnite videos. Well, like doing Fortnite videos. So yeah. Anyway, guys, like I said, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Good.